it do, what it do. Let it do what it do, what it do.
I'm definitely face of boxing. Absolutely.
They up the level, I'ma up the level with them every time.
I mean what I say, lines only for.
Charlo just dropped Lewin with that sweeping right and goes down face first.
It's over. All right. I am back. But not all the way back. I missed my camera, but hey, I'm here. We're here to talk a little boxing. That's right. I guess I'm joining the rest of the avatar content creators. But anyway, welcome to KQKC Boxing Network. And yes, we are going to be talking about a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And once again, I hope you can understand everything I'm saying. Now, of course, we're going to talk about David Benavidez. David Benavidez is getting avoided again. Or is he getting blocked or blackballed like Devin Haney has been getting? All right? We're going to talk about Devin Haney. We're going to talk about Bill Haney. They are officially getting blackballed after this fight next month. So, it's a lot to talk about. It's a lot to unpack, as they always say. And as my man Ego say, unpack it. All right? And that's what KQ gonna do. All right? And I appreciate everybody that's coming in, that's in right now. I know Fanon's still on. All right? But of course KQ still gonna do his thing. All right. Now, first of all, shout out to All Things. He's up in here. The Queen, Ty, she's up in here. And we got Derek Gable is up in here. What's going on, Derek? What's going on, Ty, and All Things? Now, of course, I want to hit right on, what's up, Cedric? I want to hit right on David Benavidez right away, right out the goddamn gate, right? Because, see, one thing about David Benavidez, I like David Benavidez. Why? Because he's a threat. They know he's a threat. Just like Gervonta Davis was a threat. And, of course, one misstep, then, as you know, everybody cheering for failure. All right? What's going on? Man, Ray, the boss is up in here. Man, what's going on with you? All right? What's up with you? All right? What's going on, Kilo? What's happening with you, baby? Yes, sir. You know I got my drink with me. All right? All right? I missed my camera, but that's okay. We got about another week or two with this, but that's okay. Now, David Benavidez, I'm just going to dive right on into this, all right? David Benavidez has been avoided many, many times. I'm talking about from Canelo Alvarez. He was the mandatory to Canelo. I'm talking about not months. I'm not talking about weeks, days. We're talking about years. And he still won fighter. Now, he said, you know what? I'm going to make my own bones. I'm going to make my own name. I don't need someone else to make my name for me. I'm a good fighter. I work myself back up from some missteps back in the day. And now, I'm on the A side. Now, he gets up to 175. And what do he run into? A mandatory of who? Demetrius Bivol. Now, of course, Demetrius Bivol got to face him or he must relinquish that belt. Now, of course, Turki, Mr. Jive Turki, who days are numbered, he wants David to fight or come over to his side. Well, like I told Knockout yesterday on the Morning After Show, all right? And Ty, you missed our pop-up last night, a pop-up live. But like I said, David's a throwback fighter. David made his bones. He made his name in front of his fans right over here. Not over there, right over here. And one thing about David Benavidez, he is not only a throwback fighter, he's not only a threat to all these guys at 175 and 168. He's loyal. He's very loyal. And that's what I like about him. He's loyal, and he knows where his start came from, and he knows where his finish going to end up at. And so that's what he wanted to deliver to us. Now, one thing about it, that if David can't get the big fight, he get the second biggest fight. If he can't get that, he get the third biggest fight. But one thing about David Benavidez, he's not going to say no. He'll fight anybody at any given time. Now, I'm a witness to this. This is my personal opinion. All right? Now, of course, that whole team, Benavidez, they look good out there. I mean, you got Pacheco out there. I mean, you had Rayo over there for a minute, but still, I would give Jose Senior the credit. What's going on, Tara? All right? What's happening with you? What's going on, Terrell? What's going on, TJ? How you feel, man? What's going on, Doctor? Mr. Marks is in the building, baby. Yes, sir. Flawless mentality. Elevation, baby. Yes, sir. But also, David is a family man also. Now, this is what's going to happen, all right? What's going on, Barbara D? What's going on? All right, with you, Bob D. And you know what, Bob D, I appreciate you too. All right, I appreciate you always supporting the channel. All right, and supporting me. Okay, I appreciate that. All right, and like I say, I miss my camera, but this is what I have to do for another week or two before my mouth is complete. Okay, but I hope y'all can understand me. Do my best. But one thing about it, David Benavidez, he's getting done unfair. He's getting done unfair. I mean, big time, and I don't like it. I don't like it. And a lot of people that's in the boxing world, they don't like it either. They don't like it either. I mean, so, but things go on, and one thing about David, he gonna keep on fighting. He gonna keep on fighting. Now, him and Jake Paul, they pretty much linked up on I believe it was a talk show, and they both had the same type of feelings about Canelo Alvarez. Now, of course, David, that ship has sailed for him. Now, David said he would go down to 168 if he get the Canelo fight, but he's not waiting on it because the Canelo and Terence Crawford fight, that's still not a go, but I'm optimistic about it. I'm pretty sure that fight would take place, hopefully. And that would be Terence Crawford, according to Bo McIntyre, his trainer, Big Mac. That would be his last fight. That would be Terence Crawford's last fight as a fighter. Because once he fight and step in that ring, he would be stripped of his 154 pound championship belt. So that is pretty much a goner. Now, but David, I talked to Samson. I want to get a little more information on him. And Samson just coming off a win with Fondura, and he's still in Vegas right now, wrapping up some business. But what's going on, Ty? All right, appreciate you, Queen. So he's wrapping up some business. So you missed the pop-up live, Ty, last night. But Samson told me, and not today, but about a week ago, that David don't want to fight over in Dubai. He said Turkey offered a couple offers to David. And like I told you, David's very loyal. He said, no. I'm not going over there and fight. For what? For what? Now, David made his bones over here. and he gonna stay over here. Samson feel this way. Samson's part of PBC also. Now, Bondura, that fought the other night, he refused to go over there. He said he's not going over there. Now, of course, things are looking kind of shaky with Samson, with Turki, okay, and TKO boxing. The highest fight would get 750,000. That's all he'll get. Okay. I know I woke up this morning like I know OG ain't sneak one in on me. Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. All right. So, but it's okay. All right. I'll be doing a couple more this week too. Okay. For my appointments Thursday. I'm trying to get it in for my appointment Thursday. So, and I get the impressions done Thursday. So, I'm getting close. And I appreciate everybody taking this ride with me. I really do. Now, let's move on. Okay, but shout out to David Benavidez, for sticking to his guns, for being loyal. Shout out to Fondura for sticking to his guns, for being loyal. Shout out to both of them guys. All right. And listen, like Knockout said yesterday, you got Tank Davis over there. You got Ramos over there. You got a lot of up and coming fighters that's with PBC. And PBC is doing just fine. And Jeff Bezos loved PBC. He loved Tank Davis. Matter of fact, he said Tank Davis will always have a home at Amazon Prime. So, man, you can't dispute that, baby. All right. What's up, DC Dre? What's going on with you? AK, what's going on? All right. Now, Tank Davis, while we on the subject, he get pressed by money. Well, Tank got plenty of money. But LaMarcus Robinson, what it do, baby? What it do? Now, Tank is not moved by the money. Now, a lot of these little fighters, they are, because they never seen that type of payday. Now, all of a sudden, Tank has a misstep or didn't look so dominant in his last fight. So what did he do? Well, here come Lomo. Lomo come from out of the covers. He come from under the covers. He come hiding out the closet. Oh, I'll fight Tank. I want to fight Tank next. Oh, really? And of course, Igor Kalakis, whatever his manager is, he is making him an offer that the biggest offer that anyone had made, from that side of the team. And Tank is adamant on, yeah, I will fight you, but first I'm gonna fight Lamar Roach first. Cause see, like I said, he come from similar background like I do. He just younger. And when his back is against the wall, he want to prove to everyone, no, I ain't no fluke. I'm not no one trick pony. I'm going to show you all that I am that guy. I do wear that name. So he told Lomo, hell no. We're not fighting next. Lamar Roach will be next. So Lamar Roach will be fighting allegedly Tank Davis on September the 21st in Las Vegas. So good for Tank. Because I don't want to see Lomachenko fight Gervonta Davis. Lomachenko, you've been hiding too damn long. You've been inactive too damn long. You older now. You're looking for a payday. That's what you're looking for. Just come out and say it. I get tired of these motherfuckers now want to come out and say, this is what it is. All right? That's what it is. You're looking for, it's June? Okay, June. Okay. But one thing about it is, Lomo, if you still want to fight after Tank take care of Roach or whoever, if he can't get Shakira or someone like that, okay, then step your ass up. But don't do all that running and shit again. Now, I guarantee you, y'all. Now, mark my words. On this 24th day of March, the KQKC said this. When Tank fight Lamont Roach in the rematch and look dominant or even get a knockout, watch Lomo go back and hide. Watch them rescind that offer. I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting on it because that's what the other fighters do. They wait till Tank got a fight and say, oh, I want to fight Tank. I want to fight Tank. What's up, Monquay? What's going on, baby? All right. What's going on, Bella Butte? What's going on with you? So that's what it is. All right. That's what it is. So, I mean, that's that's how he is. You know, what's going on, my man AK in that help. Oh, help. All right. Yes, sir. He said to keep the channel going. Man, I appreciate that, man. Yes, sir. I appreciate it, man. All right, because, man, every time I walk in that damn dentist office, it's right, orthodontist or whatever you call it, it's always money, 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 so, man, because, it's considered cosmetic surgery. So that's why they don't want to pay for it, my insurance, not all of it, rather. So, but anyway, it's okay. All right, it's a good treat to myself. All right, now, so that's what's going on with Gervonta Davis. And for the record, in case anybody want to know, Tank Davis is back with Calvin Ford. Yes, he is back with Calvin Ford. So, you will see, hopefully, the best Tank Davis in June. All right, realistic Washington fan, what's going on, brother? All right, appreciate you coming in. Now, of course, Kill, he been on secure ass lately. Don't know why. All right, what's going on, LB? He said I paid 37,000 KQ 25 years ago. Did you? Wow, man, I got 4 screws in my mouth right now. 4 screws. And I was dying Friday night. Man, it was killing me because they got to grow. That clock got to form, and they got to go around the screws, and they call it anchors. Ain't nobody goddamn screw. But anyway, now, T.O. been blasting Secure Stevenson. Don't know why, but then again, I do know why. T.O. pretty much think he's all be all. And he believes he's the best thing out there since sliced bread. All right? What's going on, Thomas Hill? What's going on with your brother? So T.O. pretty much been blasting Secure Stevenson, calling him boring. He has a boring style. He been ducking fights. He's trash. He fought trash fights. He had poor performances. These not my words. These are T.O. words. Well, see, T.O. got a problem. First of all, he's a racist. Okay? First of all, he's a racist. And number 2, he's an asshole. And that's why Eddie Reynoso and Team Canelo left his ass. And what I mean by left, they went to Riyadh season without him. They went to Riyadh to work out, get used to the atmosphere, whatever you want to call it. Okay? But they did not want to bother with Chill. So he tried to play it off, and he tried to clown Ryan Garcia. And no, Ryan is not back with Team Canelo. We was talking about that yesterday. I don't know. The knockout finally found out, but to my understanding, he's not with him. Okay. Now he was trying to clown Ryan. Talking about Ryan, they want to go to Lake Tahoe, whatever, but that ain't the problem. That ain't the point. Listen, Team Canelo, no matter how they duck David Benavidez so many times, no matter how they pick and choose their fighters, Canelo has a professional atmosphere in the gym. He don't want two knuckleheads like Teal and Ryan coming in there. Ryan always got something funny to say. Now he's trying to play serious right now. That's because he's sober. But one drink, or one pill or whatever, got him back a nut. Then you got Teal. He's naturally a fucking nut. His father is a nut. So why would you want to deal with that? They got all the money in the world. They on top of the game. They do great by the pay-per-views and ticket sales. So why would you want to bring on two nutballs, especially Tio? Because Tio, you can't tell him shit. Okay, so why bother? So what they did was they told Ryan, go home, and they told Tio, we'll see you there. All right? And they left his ass. So I don't blame him. I don't blame him. So Tio is training with his father when he can catch him sober. And then you got Ryan training with his father, Mr. Garcia. So now, Ryan father, he's a straight up dude. I like him. And he sticks by Ryan. That's his son. He's supposed to. So Henry Garcia and I think Ryan still has a strength and conditioning coach. So they would be fighting, of course, Rolly Romero. Now, has Rolly Romero, now this what we got to think about, all right? Hope your mouth healing up, OD. Yeah, it's healing, man. I do my impressions Thursday. It's healing, and it's healing pretty good around the ankle, screws, whatever they call it. I call them screws. So then I pick out, the color of my, the teeth and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there. I'm not in the pain like I was. What was that Friday? Man, I was in so much pain. The antibiotics weren't working, man. So anyway, man, I was dropping blood all on the steps and shit. I think, God damn it, man. Y'all don't want to hear that. Anyway. Yeah, but anyway, so I couldn't smoke and nothing. Oh man, I was miserable. But anyway, now, Rolly Romero. Okay. Any questions? Make sure y'all hit the like button. All right. In case you're gonna be here all week. All right, except Thursday. But make sure you hit the like button. And send super chat, cash app, whatever. Because hell, I know I need it. But anyway, Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero last fight with Pitbull Cruz, fight with Barroso, fight with Tank Davis. I think those fights took a lot out of Rolly. I don't know how much until we see him fight Ryan. One thing, these saying according to Teal, God chose him to be the next face of boxing after Canelo is done. Man, he is crazy as hell. That's why I see what I mean? Deezy, you just proved my point. You just proved Eddie Ronaldo's point. Why would you want to deal with that? You're not that guy, Tio. You're not that guy. You sitting up there on a plane with Devin Haney, and I don't believe in incidents or whatever you said. Both of y'all two knuckleheads. Two knuckleheads don't want to listen. Man, it's normal to drop blood after a procedure of that magnitude, OG. Yeah, but Bobby D, it looked like it wasn't gonna stop though. And I was getting concerned for a minute. Then when the orthodontist, they call to check on you, and they say because I take aspirin in my medication, and that's why the blood kept coming. Then eventually stopped. So that's what it was. So, but I just wear a mask when I go out, stuff like that. I did a video today with a mask on, so I had the same issue. Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah. So walking around with a mop and shit, man. Anyway, but I know y'all want to hear that. Okay, but you know what? I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get off of it. Um, I think I'm gonna be happy with the end results, and I think I deserve it. I haven't bought myself nothing in a long time. The motorcycle, only thing I got, and that was like 10 years ago. So, my daughters, they buy me stuff or whatever. But I'm saying I haven't bought myself nothing. So, and I think I deserve it. So I went on and did it. So, but anyway, it's too late now. Shit. Now, get back to Rolly Romero. Now, Rolly Romero, I think his confidence is shot. I don't think he's gonna be. What's going on, Queen? What's going on? And I think his confidence is shot. Now, the one thing about it is, do Ryan got enough power to hurt Rolly Romero? And I think he does. I think his chin has been tested and failed the test. And I think if Ryan can catch him clean, I think Rolly Romero will be out of there. That's how I feel. Rolly is not serious enough for me about taking on Ryan Garcia. As you notice in the press conferences, he don't care who wins. He don't care if you win or not. He said he would like to see Ryan and Devin fight. I mean, what is that? You know? Yeah, he said that. He said that at Sean Porter Park. Oh, did he? Okay, there you go. So there you go. So, I mean, so Rolly always thought he was had that retarded strength. I always call him semi-retarded. All right, and because he always had this dumb look and always say dumb shit. But you might be right. What's going on with Dolfo? What's going on? No, you the big time, man. You the big time. All right. But anyway, what's up, Big Block? So they're gonna be interesting to see. They're gonna be interesting to see because I wonder if he's gonna end up like Adrian Broner. Okay. When he fought Marcos Madonna, how he got beat down in that fight. And next thing you know, he don't let his hands go. The best fight he had was with what? No other than Jesse Vargas. Jesse fucking Vargas. He had a draw with Jesse Vargas. And he was always a better fighter than Jesse Vargas. So, but basically that was still a good fight. What's going on, Josh? All right, what's happening with you? Now, but still in all, we'll see what happens with Rolly Romero. Now, I do want to mention AB though. Okay. Now, you all know, I think I went across with you all about the situation going on in Los Angeles with Big U and Adrian Broner name was brought up. Earl Spence's name has been brought up now. Not with that situation, with what's going on in Dallas. We're talking about Yellow Beezy. Okay? Yellow Beezy has been arrested. All right? For murder for hire. For the Mo 3 death. And Earl Spence. A lot of people now coming out and saying that Earl Spence knew about this. And I doubt Earl will go along with anything like that. Earl's not built like that. And Yellow Beezy is not built like that. He didn't come from the mud up. No. Mo 3 did, but he didn't. So, but still in all, with AB was fixing dice games. When NBA players would come to town, Las Vegas or LA. So pretty much Big U got wind of this. And he wanted a piece of the pie. Well, Adrian Broner didn't give him a piece of the pie. He kept all the pie. But Big U didn't like that. So Big U wanted to have a talk with Adrian Broner. But I heard it's more than just a talk. I heard he wanted to get rid of Adrian Broner. That's what I heard. All right. Now, of course, the internet gonna say this and that. Reports gonna say this and that. But Adrian Broner had a good thing going one while over there with the NBA players. He knew all them guys. He was gambling at the MGM Grand in the bathroom. I mean, different things. But that don't fall short of what's going on in boxing too. For now, I've been doing an investigation on gambling in boxing, and he got some good information on what's going on. So, but Earl Spence, now get to him real fast, and then I'm gonna keep going. Earl Spence is now best friends, with Yellow Beezy. And Yellow Beezy had walked him in many times and to the ring, a couple times. And It's On Me, I think that's the name of it. That song was made for a reason, what I hear, you know. And what I hear is Yellow Beezy grew up pretty good. He wasn't no gangster. He wasn't no crip at that time. I think Yellow Beezy was on a high horse, just like Dirk was. But he brought himself down to their level, and that would get him in more and more trouble. You know, so, but 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 one thing about it is, you know, uh, uh, you got to pick and choose when you're in the limelight. You know, and that you got to be careful of. You don't want to get involved because, see, these federal indictments are coming fast for a lot of you guys. You know, so Akita hell no, Mo 3 from North Dallas. Yeah, he from what they call that the DSW or something like that, Dallas Fort Worth or something like that. I'm not familiar with the Texas area, but Mo 3 must be from DSW or something like that. I don't know what that means. DSW. Anyway, I don't know. But anyway, I just thought I mentioned that to y'all because I mentioned the other day, and now it's taking wings. It's flying. It's getting bigger. It's getting bigger and bigger. I'm afraid Adrian Broner gonna have to take the stand. So, I mean, if you like it or not, he gonna have to. And I want to hear about all this snitching and all that. Everybody snitching on each other. All right. So now, let's keep moving. Okay. Dallas Fort Worth. Oh, that what it is? DFW. Oh, okay. Then what the hell? How far is that then? Man. Yeah, how far is Fort Worth from? I don't know. All right. I'm from Oak Cliff. Went to the same high school as Trap Boy Freddie at Carter. Oh, did you? Well, they say Trap Boy Freddie once started all this shit anyway, but this is what my man Rainwater said. He said he started the whole beef. So but anyway, all right. But no, AB he ain't my favorite fighter, but AB. Oh, I can't stand AB, but I don't want to see nobody go to jail. Okay, it has a lot of cities between Fort Worth and Dallas. Oh, okay. So why, if y'all that close together, Dallas Fort Worth, why they don't get along? I mean, y'all that close. It's like you're from Dallas. It's like you're from Fort Worth. I mean, it's just like Rockford, Illinois. It's only 2 hours from Chicago. Like Fanon, where Fanon is from, he's from the outskirts of Chicago, but he still say he's from Chicago. Well, I don't like AB. All the shit he used to talk. I mean, he okay. I mean, I just didn't like the way he used to move a long time ago. And AK keep bringing that shit up. But yeah, AB, he okay. He okay. He a real dude. You're right. Yeah, Yoda said, yeah, just like 64th and 63rd. Yeah. And Miami too. Miami, they have that 12th court and 13th court. They right by each other. But no, but yeah, I like AB. He's funny. He just got on my goddamn nerve. Thought he was this and that. That was a while back though. But anyway, But we're gonna keep moving because right now, Devin and Bill Haney, they are a target. They are a target. And I know Panay heard some things, and I heard some things, and I told you about this about 3 months ago. I said, AB hilarious. Yeah, he funny as hell, you know. Now, I heard this a few months ago, and I told everybody about this. What you saying? Dallas, Fort Worth, Cedar Hills, Arlington. I don't know one from the other. Okay. Arlington. Yeah, right. And what's that place Earl Spencer from? But I got so many damn cities. Where's Earl Smith from? They say it's right across the street from Dallas. God got it. What's the name of that? Queen. What's the name of that? You from Dallas? What's the name of that? Where Earl Spencer from? It's not Dallas, but it is Dallas. But DeSoto. Yeah, DeSoto. Okay. Yeah, DeSoto. Yeah. Damn. I mean, god damn. DeSoto, man. I mean, y'all, it's right there. I don't know. Is that a suburb? Cause we'll call that a suburb. Okay. Like a bridge separates Chicago from the south suburbs. Okay, something like that. You know, like Dalton, Riverdale, Harvey. Those are called south suburbs. Then you got north suburbs. All right. So, DeSoto, he be at the football game. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Huh. Okay. All right. Now, Dallas, Texas and California are the biggest states in the country. So, so I guess you got to have a lot of them cities. So, now, back to Bill Haney and Devin Haney. I spoke about this a while back that they are going to end up getting blackballed. And I say because a lot of people, big people, don't like Bill. And now it's starting to come true. Fanon sources had told him, I saw a video about Fanon talking about it, and some of my sources are saying the same thing. PBC don't want to work with them. Top Rank don't want to work with them. Golden Boy don't want to work with them. Matchroom don't want to work with them. Turkey must work with him on this fight. They are saying, allegedly, that this will be Devin Haney last fight as far as on that pay scale. Devin Haney won't have no more big paydays again. Devin Haney, they are talking about matching him up with opposition that pretty much can beat him. In other words, he can be taking L's. In other words, his career is coming to an end. Let's just cut to the chase. Let's just call it what it is. And you know what? And that's too damn bad. It is. But do I feel bad? Hell no. I don't. Now, I feel bad for his son, yes. But his son be all right. Because he didn't feel bad for my son. So I'm just saying. His son be all right. Welcome to the real fucking world. But you couldn't have been better than that. You could have been better than that by keeping your damn mouth closed and stop believing what other people telling you that you was and you wasn't. Like the LWC. They was holding your nuts. Hell, god damn it, they was like a bear sitting in the woods and wipe your ass with a rabbit. That's just like how it was. And then Bill, your father out there acting like a damn fool. And he's part of the problem. He never was the problem solution. He didn't solve the problem. He was part of the problem. And that's what many of these executives, and I'm talking about executives, are saying. Bill Haney is the problem. You know? Yeah, Sean Porter had his father in his corner. He had a damn good career. He's a good commentator. He has his own podcast. And his father knew, hey, you this, but you're not that. You're not that. You know? You this, but you're not that. Now, Bill cannot accept criticism. And that's the problem. That's the problem. He couldn't accept it. And you know what? Everybody else bought into it. So Bill bought into it. Devin bought into it. And now, that wasn't even half of it. Then when you start suing people, then when you start going on national podcasts, and you talk about promoters like Bob Aaron, PBC, or whoever, no, these guys don't like that shit. What's up, Mr. Bell? P. Depps. How you doing, my brother? All right. Appreciate you, man. Always appreciate you, brother. All right. So, I mean, I don't feel bad at all. You talked about Gervonta Davis. You did more than talked about him. You got fucking personal with him. You went in his business. You put out his mug shot. Same with T.O. father. Even though he is a nut and a drunk, you didn't have to go look for him at the liquor store. You filmed that shit. See, you the type of guy that want to shit on everybody, but when somebody want to shit on you, you want to cover up. It don't work that way. So now your son is fighting on the undercard of the fighter that knocked his ass around 5 times. And now you sitting up there mad at everybody. He's mad at everybody. Now you want to bring the Mexican people. No. It's your own people. It was your own people you talked about. It was your own people you talked about. It wasn't the Mexicans. You wanted to be Mexican, remember? You remember when Devin was sitting up there with the flag, Mexican flag, wrapped around him because y'all was trying to get the crowd behind you? And it's amazing to me because Devin seemed like a nice kid. Well, he used to be a nice kid. Then one day, Sweet Tea, y'all remember her? She said, KQ, Devin ain't so sweet like you think he is. I said, why you say that? Go look at his Twitter. Suck this, suck that. Where you get that from? Where you get that from? Oh, that's right. Him and BM be talking sometimes. Right. So, wow, I should have known. So what kind of shit is that? So should I feel sorry for him? Hell no. Everybody else father, everybody else trainer are professional, except the Haneys. Yeah, Sweet Tea doing fine, man. You know, it's March Madness, man. You know, she and her basketball, you know, she loves basketball and football, you know. So she doing fine. She just moved, you know. But she be listening. She just don't be in the chat. She be listening. So I don't feel sorry for him. And now they are pretty much out to blackball him. And I knew this was gonna come because everybody was talking about how they can't stand Bill Haney. I'm like, wow, whoa. I ain't gonna tell you who, all right? But I'm just gonna say, these are promoters, okay? These are trainers, all right? And these are trainers telling me about other trainers, you know. And Bill Haney is not a real trainer, you know. And so when you keep up a lot of shit and you line yourself up with a lot of shit makers like the LWC, then that's what you become, a piece of shit. And that's what Bill Haney is, a piece of shit. So I'm just saying, you know, I'm not average with this shit. I'm savage with this shit. And that's what he is. That's what he is. You know, you sit there, you blow your son up between fights. Then you got Victor Conti, throw him a vitamin or whatever, and next thing you know, he looking like a Pookie on New Jack City. You know, I mean, so give me a damn break. And then next thing you know, you over there begging Turkey. Cause you know why? Cause nobody else won't fuck with you. Nobody won't fuck with you no more. You turned down fights because you knew you couldn't beat Sandor Martin. That's why. I mean, come on. It is what it is. And then you at 147? Please. Please. Be there for the birds and the goddamn bees. Like I told you, a bear take a shit in the woods and wipe his ass with a rabbit. Shit. Man. But anyway. So that's what's happening. You know? Man, when you say 144 OG? Oh, he fighting at 144? Okay. So he couldn't get up there to 147, huh? Victor Conti got something for him probably. You know. And I asked Bill Haney when I interviewed him 3 times. You know, I said, why you mess around with Bill Haney, man? You know, well, he gonna show us, KQ. He gonna look, man, forget all that shit. All right. You know, you know what you're doing. All right. Y'all trying to get an advantage. And same thing they do in the Tank. They want Tank to move up and be at a disadvantage while they take advantage by going down in weight and blow up overnight. I still don't know how a person can blow up like that. 55, 65 pounds overnight. I don't understand how that can happen. 25 pounds, hell, 10 pounds. Dude, now I know if I look at a bag of potato chips, I might gain about 3 or 4 pounds if I just look at the potato chip. But goddamn, 25? Wow. So basically, they were tricking the game. All right? Keyshawn, that's who's tricking the game too long. Devin Haney. That's who's been tricking the game too long. Devin Haney. So now, Bill comes out and trying to pretty much ridicule the commentator. My son did a lot for boxing. Yeah, I bet he did do a lot for boxing. I bet he did. Now, any questions, great thoughts about that? Because I don't want to get too upset with his ass. Because, they've been full of shit. And everybody been riding on that shit for the longest. I ain't no shit can ride that long. Everybody now believes that Devin Haney is this Lord Haney, whatever shit they were saying. And he bought into that. Daddy bought into that. Bill bought into it. They all bought into it. Because he beat George fucking Cambosa? Because he got a belt through the mail? Really? Really? Because he beat older Lomachenko? Smaller Lomachenko? Really? And really, you did win that fight if you want to be honest about it. So, but anyway, so that's how a lot of these executives feel. And this is what's going to happen to Devin Haney. Now, if he loses this fight, and this would intrigue me so, this would really, really, really made me really look at this. Now, this was for non-source. This wasn't mine. That said this. If Devin wins, in that whatever they call it in New York, and he win in high fashion, even a knockout, it's not going to make a difference. It's not going to make a difference. I said, whoa, then that means that it's a done deal. They don't like this dude. They don't like this dude at all. They don't give a shit. He win the next 5 fights. They don't like him. They trying to end his career. Now, what exactly was the reason? I don't know. I think suing a fighter, that has something to do with it. The lies, that has something to do with it. Because Bill Haneys a big liar. And he lied on the wrong person, I think, this time. You know, but hey, it is what it is. You know, but like I say, he has a son, and trust me, you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do for your son. So if you ain't making no money in boxing no more, then goddamn it, go to Walmart or whatever. You gotta feed your kids. But then again, who knows? Your wife knows some strong people like Young Thug, you know. So hey, it is what it is. So, but like I say, I would love to have a conversation with Bill Haney. I would love it. I would love it. I would love it. So, but he won't take my calls. So, but anyway, let's keep moving. All right. Technical speaking, Mascara Ryan, the only one with Tank and Devin on his resume, unfortunately. I wish that wasn't true. Yeah, Tank and Devin. Yeah, Ryan. Yeah, Ryan is still, the jury's still out on Ryan. Now, of course, he said some racist things, yes. And also, Ryan still is a good fighter, but not a great fighter. And his days are numbered too. His days are numbered also. Ryan right now, all eyes is watching him. But Ryan's going to F up sooner or later. Because that's who Ryan is. I mean, no matter what, Ryan going to mess up. And, of course, he praise Jesus. Well, Jesus ain't going to help you. All right? You got to help yourself first. So, but yeah, you're right. You're right though. Ryan will fight them all. He don't care. See, Ryan like that money and he like that act of fool. He don't care he win or lose. He don't care about legacy. Happy guys, you know, this whole damn generation trying to play like they care about a belt. They don't care about no legacy. They ain't trying to make a legacy. They're trying to make a buck. This whole damn boxing generation right now. And may he rest in peace. George Foreman, when he was boxing, Thriller Manila, I mean, they wanted to be champions. They didn't care about the money. They wanted to be big attractions. They didn't want to have big money. They wanted to be the big man on the block. I can beat you. No, I can beat you. You know, and that's what's so different about today's fighters. Today's fighters don't give a shit about being champions. They don't care about a belt. All they care about is winning. I mean, the money. So it's all about the money, baby. It's all about getting paid. That's what it's all about. Now, one thing I can say positive about Turkey, he know where to hit everybody at, where they can pretty much look his way. All you gotta do is throw out the Benjamins. That's all. And say, look, this is what I'm gonna pay you. And you get their attention. Their loyalty go out the fucking window. That's why I got high regard for guys like David Benavidez, Tank Davis, PBC, Al Haneys, because they didn't fall for that money shit. Right? Money ain't everything. All money is not good money. I believe that. I believe that shit. But a lot of fighters come from different rounds and walks of life that they will never see that type of money if Turkey weren't here. So But Devontae has. David Benavidez, he don't care. He just want to whoop some ass. I mean, come on. See, one thing about it, Todd, loyalty is everything. It's priceless. You're right. And you barely can find that in anybody today. You lucky if you find somebody that has loyalty. If you do, you better hold on to that person. You better hold on to that person. Because one thing about it, a lot of these guys are not loyal. They're not loyal. Earl Spence, he got loyalty. He appreciated what Al Heyman did for him. That's why you always say, I'm starting my career with Al Heyman. I'm going to finish my career with Al Heyman. I'm Team Heyman all the way. Same with David. Same with Leo Santa Cruz. Same with Tank Davis. Now you have a Cinco de Mayo over in Saudi Arabia. They ain't having no parades over there. They ain't having no big fiesta over there. Hell no. And so, it just mind boggles me that the money and look, I ain't counting nobody's pockets because that's the first thing these haters always say. KQ always counts somebody's pockets and this and that. I ain't counting nobody's damn pockets. I don't give a shit. But goddamn, if you can't make the money that Tank makes, then do better. Then. Secure, if you boring, if your style boring and people walking out on your fights, then do better. Find a way to keep them in their seats. Do better. Stay in the hole and fight. Do better. Make them miss and make them pay. Do something. But don't sit there and cry and whine and bow down and kiss the motherfucking ring and bend the knee. That shows that you what? You weak. That's what it shows. You weak. Yeah, you might be a fighter, but you weak. You weak. Oh, man. Look at Amanda Serrano. Amanda Serrano is a person that you will want in your corner. She lose when she should have won, but she said that's okay. I get them next time. Right? No, I'm not gonna say that because she is a good fighter. A positive person. That's who Amanda Serrano is. And you know what? She's standing to make 2 times more than Devin Haney is going to make in this fight coming up. She's going to make double what he's going to make. And she's a woman at a lower weight class. See, good people do finish first. Huh? You see, Amanda Serrano, she didn't go back and forth with Clarissa Shields. She said, hey, that's okay. That's all right. She's just upset right now. But she's still a good fighter. Yes, I like Amanda. Amanda has a class act. No doubt about that. She ain't going to talk bad about nobody. She's not going to ridicule her opponent. Look what Katie Taylor did to her. And Katie Taylor is one of the dirtiest women fighters I've seen. And she still gave her props. When Clarissa Shields was talking all that smack about her, I was the first one that wanted, no. You talked about it. Amanda Serrano did that shit. She went 3-minute rounds. You just said you wanted to go, but she did it. But what did Amanda do? She said, well, hey, we all can do it. Always positive. Always positive. That's the type of person you need in your corner. That's the type of person you need. Oh. Who was this? Miss Mona. What's up, Miss Mona? Thomas Hill, why you always in these chats talking about what Tank got to do? Tank has a team and you're not a part of it. What is all that about, Thomas? Miss Mona, what you coming in here and getting on my board for? Huh? What's going on with you, Miss Mona? Miss Mona. Mona Lisa. What's going on with you? Huh? Okay. Okay, let's see what Thomas got to say before I get on with my show. Okay? Okay? I'm gonna drop this link for Thomas Hill. All right? Now, I don't know who this Mona is. He keeps doing it, OG. Miss Mona, he keep doing what? What's the problem, Miss Mona? You all right? Well, we don't want, well, you know, Thomas Hill, you know, he's a good dude. He's a good dude. You know, I support Thomas Hill. You know, he's a good dude. What's up, big dog Willie? What's going on, brother? I salute to you, man. All right. What's happening with you? But anyway, so that's how I feel about Amanda Serrano. Okay, and she's very loyal and she's always thinking positive. All right. So, all right. Here, let me drop this link. Okay. 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 Go ahead, Thomas. There go the link right there. You can pop on in, brother. Miss Mona. Oh man, you're not disrespecting. Oh, you're not disrespecting. Oh, okay. Okay. It's all good. Make sure y'all hit the link, okay? Make sure y'all hit the cash app. All right. Yes, sir. What's going on, Thomas Hill?
Yo, G, Miss Mona a good woman, and she a loyal Tank fan, bro.
Okay.
I'm a realist. I know that a lot of people hate on Tank. I defend Tank to all because you know he the only one that's moving solid, and it don't seem like nobody had the same energy for all his contemporaries like they do for Tank. And I'm just tired of it. And I believe Tank whoops every single one of them. I think Tank whoops dead big ass at whatever weight dead big ass come in at. I think he whoops Shakur. I think he whoops Keyshawn. I think he whoops T.O. I think he whoops Roach in the rematch. I know that he was hella distracted, and I'm not going to even go into it. It's stuff that outside the ring that bled into even him leading up to the fight. He wasn't totally into the fight like he needed to be to respect the opponent that Roach was truly going to be. I think the next fight going to be much, much different. But that being said, I mean, I do say that because I firmly believe in him. I'm firmly a Tank fan. And I firmly believe that his skill set is greatly undervalued, greatly pushed aside. And the only way people are going to stop talking about what they are talking about is for him to get in the ring with Shakur, whoop him up, get in the ring with Devin, whoop him up, get in the ring with Tio, whoop him up, get in the ring with Keyshawn, the new guy, and whoop him up. And then they will find something else to say. They probably gonna say, well, they wasn't really that good anyway. You know, they probably gonna say that. Or he may lose. We don't know. But what we do know is that those fights are what people want to see because those are the people, especially since this Roach fight, that they believe will beat him. And you see how they paraded for a draw. So they will pay to see him fight somebody they think will beat him. That's simple, point blank. So you can capitalize off the hate, and on top of that, you can line them down. And then handle the rematches, the rematch with Pitbull and handle the rematch with Ryan and fight a Jake Paul if you like and go on off. That's all I maintain because it's absolutely phenomenal how people will hold certain people to certain standards that apply to everybody. and they only hold it to certain folks. My man only fights slow, flat-footed Mexican fighters. I had a breakdown with somebody that listens to all these podcasts too, and I told him Tank has fought less of those same people that they applied to only him than his contemporaries. I said even one who has had less fights, of the 23 fights that they have, 17 have been applied to the slow, quote unquote, flat-footed Mexican fighters, and what they really mean is Latino fighters.
Right.
So they have a greater bulk of their career fights against these people, but yet they only applied to Tank. He don't fight black people. Well, Tank has fought more black folks.
Right.
He ain't fighting nobody. They bums and cads. When you look at the records, they are all similar. They all have like certain people, but if you were really to look at it, you see that Tank actually has in his back half of his career fought the more dangerous fights. But they ain't gonna give him credit for that. They ain't gonna get that man no credit until he get in the ring with Goliath. That's what they really want. They want somebody to utterly destroy this person.
Right.
And the coldest part is he minds his business. He don't do no stuff unless you come at him. And if you come at him, he come foul because that's just where he from. But the cold part about it is he don't give them anything to talk about, and yet they still talk about him. So I want him to fight the people that they say will beat him. And I firmly stand on the fact that I believe he will beat each and every single one of them. And this fight with Roach was a great fight, no doubt about it. I think that fight, the next fight, won't be as good. I think that Tank gonna spark him. But it will still be good while it's a fight, but I think he's going to spark him. And I think he'll spark the rest of them as well, too. But I want to see the fights. So, yeah, don't give Miss Mona no hostility. She just an avid Tank fan. And if she really know me, if she truly did know me, she would know that I always advocate for Tank. And I firmly believe Tank beats them all. And no, I am not in Tank's corner. No, do I get a check from none of them. I don't think none of us on here get a check from none of these people, nor they are family or our good friends. I just don't cape for fighters like other folks do. I really don't do that. I recognize they're just people who are much like me, but they just good at what they do.
Okay. All right. Okay. What's up, Austin? What you got, man?
KQ, what's going on with it?
Hey, man, what's going on with it, brother? How you doing?
Hey man, I've been in the cut, chilling for a while, but I follow your channel very closely, man, and you do a lot of good work. I want to salute you, fam.
Hey, I appreciate that, brother. I really do.
It's so many. You bring up so many good points in just one episode alone. It's so much. You got so much good content, man. But I wanted to kind of spin back on the topic you were talking about, these guys and legacy, and a lot of these cats, man, they pump faking, with this legacy thing. What it all kind of boils down to is money with a lot of these guys. These guys ain't worried about belts. These guys are worried about money. And just to kind of point out something in recent time, the way Devin ran out the ring when Shakur got in the ring, but at the same time, Shakur was made an offer, but he felt it wasn't good enough. He felt he deserved more than 25%. And if you're doing it for legacy and not about the money, Shakur should have took that fight. He should have took whatever they gave him. I'm a fan of certain guys in these boxing circles. Just viewing. So I follow Fanon channel. I watched it. I watched the episode when Shakur was on the panel, and he was kind of given like an indirect offer from my standpoint. He was given like a indirect offer. A lot of these guys, the trainers and the managers and stuff like that, they know these guys, from when they're like kids and teenagers. So a fight could be made, with the handshake and a phone call, and Shakur ain't made over no 6 million. And if I'm not mistaken, I think, Coach Kenny offered him, somewhere around that number. It would have been more than he was making with Top Rank with the flat rate he was getting. And then, if he would have been cool and respectful, he would probably get some back end too. They'll probably cut him in on that too, because one thing about PBC and PBC fighters, they take care of their opponents, and so it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird to me how, like, you know, certain people, I guess people got preferences or whatever. Certain people don't want to get down with PBC, but it's a lot of people who have fought PBC fighters and they don't have any complaints and they set up well financially for the rest of their life, you know.
Right.
And so for, you know, this whole thing, you know, I kind of feel like Bud, there's other fighters that been against like Al Heyman, but you got fighters like Bud that kind of against Al Heyman and they try to steer other fighters away from Al Heyman. And
Exactly.
I've said this on other panels before. Al Heyman puts fighters, you know, not just black fighters, but any fighter that, you know, that takes his advisement, because he's not a promoter, he's an advisor. He puts them in position to be a boss. And so it don't make any sense to you. Why would you run to a promoter to let another man do your bidding when you have somebody like Al Heyman who will put you in the driver's seat of your own career?
Exactly.
And I'm like, well, what kind of spell does somebody like Bud have Shakur under where, no, don't take that 25%. You worth more than that. Even though they boo you in your hometown city, even though they walk out your fight, even though I fell asleep at your fight, don't take that 25%. Ask for more than that. You know, like these guys ain't worried. These guys ain't worried about legacy and stuff like that. They're trying to get the bag, and the riskier the fight, the bigger bag they want. And I understand. I'm not against nobody trying to get their money, you know, but I just don't like the way they go about trying to build their bag up off of somebody else's coattail. Build your own bag up. Tank built his own bag up.
Exactly.
He was on Floyd undercards, but his star power, you know, preceded himself. You know, a lot. You know, Earl made himself a star. There's a lot of fighters. Keith Thurman made himself a star. Manny Pacquiao made himself a star. They didn't have to coattail off certain people, you know, to make themselves who they were. You know, and so it's just like, you know, Shakur could be giving us better fights. I feel like Bud could be giving us better fights. There's a lot of people who I feel could give us better fights. But they're worried about that money and not necessarily legacy. That legacy is something they hide behind, and then they hide behind the money. And so, like I said, there's so many things we could speak on. I just, you know, wanted to kind of touch on that. You know, Shakur not worried about legacy, man. He's just trying to cash out. And the riskier the fight, the more concessions he wants. He kind of adapting that kind of strategy from Bud. Right. If it's a real risky fight, but like right now, I kind of feel like Bud is bowing down to Canelo and Turki Al-Sheikh or whoever putting that fight together. Right. When I feel like Bud can be adding other good fights to his resume. I would have loved to see the Boots fight. I would have loved to see Boots Fundora, you know, Boots Jamel, Boots you know, Eric Lubin, or not Boots Eric Lubin, but Bud and Eric Lubin, or Bud and Boots. You know, these other matchups out there. He don't need Canelo, really. That's just a cash out fight. You know, a lot of people think he's gonna lose anyway. You know, I can't say that just because he has a Mexican fan base, I can't say that would be a bigger fight than him and Boots, you know, in the Barclays Center.
Right.
You know, like you don't need Canelo for a big payday. You can make a big payday with your brother, man, over here. You know, go rock with Al Heyman. But like I said, I don't know what these guys. I don't know who advising them. You know, but it is what I just sit back and kind of check it out. I don't got no harsh words for these guys, but it's their career. They can do whatever they want to do. It just if it don't make sense, I'm gonna call it out. And that's why I like certain channels that call people out on their BS, man. And I feel like, you know, you could do a whole segment on stop lying. That's your sound bite right there, man. You got it, man.
Yeah. So, man, I appreciate that. What's going on, Ty?
Hey, what's your name, sir? The one I was just talking.
Oxtail.
That's Oxtail.
You definitely was cooking it up. I kind of just wanted to build on that. Some of the stuff I was gonna say he already said, so I won't, you know, repeat it. But I too myself wondered the same exact thing. What is everybody's issue with the PBC? It's like when they talk about the PBC, they talk about it with such disdain in their voice. Like, never mind the fact that Top Rank is homeless. You know what I'm saying? ESPN said, "See you later." You know, nobody seems to mention that. Eddie Hearn is a horrible promoter. Nobody seems to mention that. They give them chance after chance after chance, but it's always something about the PBC. I've been hearing PBC is broke since I was 15 years old. God damn it, if that's broke, sign me up.
Yep.
This makes no sense to me. But as far as what Thomas was saying, I agree that Tank does need to dust some of these guys off, but let's not lose sight of things. Tank is not the only damn person they can fight. They can fight each other, for starters. Nobody's calling for Keyshawn and Shakur to fight. They're in the same division. They both got belts if they were quote unquote at their legacy, like we say. But we all know they all doing money grabs. And as far as the whole Shakur thing, you are 100% right. Bud is in his ear trying to work him up like he did EJ. Now, why EJ started ending up and gave into Bud, I will never know. But newsflash, Shakur, you are not Bud, and Tank is damn sure not no EJ. He is not falling for the banana in the tailpipe, baby. Nope. So you need to. When you were a free agent, you had plenty of opportunity to take that one fight deal that you were offered from PBC, which, by the way, is the same deal that they offer every one of Tank's opponents. This is not special to you. You are not special in that regard. So I don't know why you didn't take that if indeed you really wanted to fight this man. I don't know why we continue to gloss over that like Tank is the one ducking. This man was presented an offer or even a phone conversation. Shakur admitted that he called you. He don't like you, so what is he calling you for? Other than to, to offer you a fight, whatever you were offered, again, to your point, would have been more than you made in your entire career in one fell swoop, not to mention the back end. So I'm not really sure what this whole conversation is about. Tank is, ducking these fighters. I don't believe that at all. Now, the clout chasing that Devin has done for years, who knows what's going on with that? We all know most of them are clout chasing. I believe the only one that may really want to fight him is Keyshawn. But as far as the rest of them, I don't believe it for 1 second, because when presented with the opportunity to do so, you decline the opportunity as if you're too big for the opportunity, but yet you're fighting in another country on an undercard, and you're fighting an electrician straight off of a 9-to-5 that you made go 9 rounds. So I'm really not sure where this big-headed persona that Shakur gets is coming from. I think he needs to definitely come back down to earth and reality a little bit. Nobody's saying take crumbs, but look at the situation in totality. You are on an undercard. Your stock has been dropping. So, I mean, he's giving you the opportunity to be back on a big stage, main event, showcase your skills. If you whoop them, you whoop them. I don't think so. But, I mean, hey, they're giving you the opportunity to showcase what talent you claim that you have. You're the best in the business, or whatever the case may be. Show us. You know what I mean? Don't just run around here talking about you want to fight Tank. Now you're saying you want to fight T.O., but you got 3 different guys calling you out and you acting like they don't exist. Who are you? Who are you to ignore Herrera? I don't care how he's ranked. We all know those rankings are bought and paid for. I don't care what number he's ranked. He's calling you out. That's why you quote unquote say you was going to fight Schofield, right? Because he run his mouth too much. He calling me out. I'm going to get him. I'm the boogeyman. So show me. Show me you the boogeyman. Show me why people are ducking you. That's all I want. I want to see it. I don't want to hear you say it no more. I want to see it. I want to see if you can provide that smoke you say that you have for people with your brittle hands.
So just to be clear, because, Ox, KQ, I've always been with the energy that the same stuff should apply to everyone. But I see that that's never going to apply. Just like what you just said about the PBC. Why does the PBC get the hate that they do? Only one word: because it's ran by Al Heyman. He happens to be a brother and very good at what he does.
I know that. I was kind of, making a.
I'm so done with the fact that people will hold certain things to only certain folks that I don't even care about them fighting one another no more. All I want to see is the person that they really nailed to the cross get off that cross and whoop that ass so that they can't say nothing but, oh, they must have been overrated or they wasn't really that good, and generate a new narrative, because right now this narrative is playing like a broken record with a crack on it.
But
it's just going over and over again.
Him too. They can't just be clout chasing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know exactly.
But do you really?
I agree with everything you said, and I do know, like Oxtail said. Oxtail said, most of it is to leverage for money. They're trying to leverage themselves for a better standing on money, because a lot of times these people fight, they don't really get broke off. But when you get broke off like Tank get broke off, man, a lot of other people feel like, hey, I should be getting a piece of that pie too. I'm good. I do this. I put in this work. Look at my work compared to that person's work. They start getting into that now. Now, I don't believe in people should be doing that, but I understand that they play a sport that ain't you don't play. You actually got to be in it, or you gonna get dealt with. So they got a gripe because these people making money off their backs. They want a bigger pie of that money that's being made off of their backs. So I get that action, but the thing is, like, the only way we see what really goes down is you get them in the ring. Because if they in the ring, then you got to show up and you got to prove. You want to, like you said, you want to make your money. Then go in there against Tank and make your name. Look at Roach. Roach made a name off that fight. He made a name off that fight, and he's taking it to the bank like a champ.
But
So
that's what I'm saying. Like, these fighters talking about they want all this money. They want all this money. Then, to me, the smartest thing to do would be to sign with Al Heyman. Because not only do you get front end, you get back end money. Right. So that's my thing. Like, y'all are so against a brother that looks like y'all, and it's proven that he takes care of his fighters. And as KQ said, their opponents. That to me would be a no-brainer if I was somebody who was really looking to get money and get the best fights, unless you trying to get the biggest bag with the least amount of risk, because you're not really sure you like that.
See, a lot of these guys, they don't want the weight on that back end money. Right, like Blue Blood's trying to say that Devin Haney gonna make more than Tank, right? No, he's not making more than Tank. Yes, he might have a higher guarantee, but once the back end come in, and man, it comes in, and trust me, he gonna wait triple more than Devin Haney will make, But a lot of people don't want to wait on that back end, and that's their problem. Some of them.
But OG, how long do you like? I don't know if you know, but how long how long can it possibly take to get your back end money?
Well, I heard. Well, dude, I don't believe that. Some people talk about 6 months and stuff like that. No, I've been thinking maybe take less than a month to get it. That's all. I'm about
to say, because once all the numbers come in, what would be the problem?
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I never heard nobody waiting that long. So.
A lot of PBC, like I said before, a lot of PBC opponents, you never hear them complain about money. Frank Martin ain't complaining about no money.
Frank Martin loved his paycheck.
What? Frank Martin, he got up off that canvas and went straight to the bank. I seen that boy on IG. I'm talking about shining. He got a brand new necklace on. He got him some teeth, baby. He got him a new car. You think he thinks about that damn knockout?
He got the whole kid. My thing is this, if the shoe was on the other foot, right? They wouldn't give Tank more money than what the data has shown. I'm going off data. I ain't talking about my preference. I ain't talking about who my favorite, who got the better haircut. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about who has put forth the data to deserve the split that they're being offered. If we going off the data alone, Shakur he ain't even worth 25%. 25% is being generous. We can't go off your tweets. We can't go off of, if it wasn't for YouTube and content creators like KQKC and a lot of these other channels, nobody would ever even talk about these guys. Right. Nobody would ever talk about these guys. These guys ain't the stars that they really think they are. You're not a star if when you take your chain off and you go stand in the mall and nobody know who you are, you're not a star. You a star when you can't go anywhere without being mobbed. People ain't mobbing Shakur. People ain't mobbing Shakur. You know what I mean? Like, and you got some fighters who are immensely successful, and they still not really a big star outside of boxing. Who been in the game for years. So a lot of these guys are really trying to ask for more than what they're worth, and it's a real touchy topic because, like, who am I to tell somebody what they worth? I'm just going off data. And when you're not selling, when that live gate ain't selling, when the live game ain't selling, when you're not filling up arenas, when you're not getting the views and stuff like that, when you're not fighting on pay-per-view, when the data is not there, I can't give you more credit than what you deserved. If you was that good of a boxer, more people would tune in. People wouldn't walk out to fight. People would buy the fight. People would pull up to the fight. People would travel to the fight.
And that's what
I'm my bad. I'm gonna wrap it up. I've been traveling to fights. I'm 40. And my uncles are in their 50s and early 60s and stuff like that. They've been taking me to fight since I was 13, 14, 15. Ever since they felt comfortable with me being around secondhand smoke, I've been going to fights with my older relatives. I've been going to fights, so I've been through the process of buying the tickets, booking a hotel, getting a rental, doing all that kind of stuff or whatever. People not doing that for Shakur. People ain't about to come clear across the country for Shakur or Devin or Keyshawn Davis. Like, let's be for real. But for Tank, they coming. For Floyd, they coming. You know, for certain people, they coming to see. I personally went out to Dallas, from California to Dallas, to see Earl. You know what I'm saying? With my son. Took my son to his first. It wasn't his first fight, but that was his first major fight. So now it's in my son's blood. To you, when you support a fighter, you not only buy the pay-per-view, but you go out and you go buy a ticket, support what they got going on, and this ticket feeds everybody on that card. So I'm showing him how it go. I'm not saying nobody buy them guys tickets, you know, but like I said, if they walking out in your hometown, that's bad. Humble yourself and take whatever they give you.
Which
And
was
just do
exactly my point. Take what you're giving.
Take what you're giving and prove yourself. Floyd had to prove himself. Everybody likes to look at where Floyd is now. Floyd didn't complain about no money and no splits and this and that. He just wanted the opportunity. Only thing he complained about was not getting certain opportunities because people were ducking him, and he wasn't being promoted properly. But Floyd wanted all the smoke. He wanted all the big names, and Floyd was in wars. Floyd made it look easy in the last third or last quarter of his career, but Floyd was in countless wars. He broke his hand because he was in a war. If you go back and watch that fight, that was one of the most talented Hispanic fighters in boxing history. And Floyd was in there. They was getting down. It was a masterpiece. Name one fight. Name one fight that you watch from Shakur where you got chills. Name one Devin fight that you seen like, man, this dude is a masterful craftsman, and they gave you chills. I'll rest my case there.
No, you know what? That's an excellent point that you brought up, and it made me remember something. You remember when Mayweather wasn't as big and he fought Oscar? He had to take what he was given, but Floyd believed in himself so much that he was like, I don't give a damn. I'll walk to the ring first. I'll get a small ring. I'll take what you give me, because he believed in himself, and he was just grateful for the opportunity to showcase his skills.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. These guys don't really believe in themselves. If they really did, they would take the opportunity. It's not always about the money, because the money's going to come if you showcase your opportunity. And then, like, you know how Shakur likes to say, he's like, Floyd, no, you're not. Floyd also had brittle hands, but Floyd will get in there and he will go to work. It was the definition of make you miss, make you pay, right in the pockets.
Right.
He ain't playing no high class level of pity pat. He in there getting to it. And he wasn't a crazy knockout artist neither, but he beat you up.
Yeah, I wanted to piggyback off of what was just said too. The fights that Floyd were in, especially the Castillo fight, it led, because he was so good, but because he was so close to a nail, people wanted to see him lose. And he capitalized off of that. He made that his hallmark in his career. Like, all right, bet. You think I don't deserve it? You think I'm not that good? You want to pay? Right. You want to see me lose, but you gonna pay to see me lose. I think that fight with Roach is the hallmark for King. Because if you look at on the replay when they show Shakur's reaction, his reaction shows two things. Ooh, he almost had that moment where they gonna get on him like they get on me, and ooh, if it would have been me, I would have got him. Them fights now can get made, man. Before, where there was hesitation, now there's like anticipation. I can see myself doing what this man did in the ring. I believe this is the moment to capitalize for him.
Yeah, Tank can definitely capitalize on these moments, but with all that being said, and you know, Tank had a questionable performance and all of that, they still don't believe that. And they know in their heart it was a questionable performance. And even if they don't, and they think Roach has his number, then you go and you fight Roach. I know Shakur said he would, but please, please. I don't believe him for 1 second. And that's another thing too. They're always at Tank's fights. I never seen Tank at one of their damn fights. Not one.
Yeah.
Man.
Right there? Okay, go ahead.
I was just saying, you know, These guys, man, it's a lot of smoke and mirrors, and it's a lot of hate, man. You get a lot more done.
Yep.
I guess, like I said, everybody was raised different. Everybody was raised different, so that's why a lot of times we don't see eye to eye. Different cats got different, morals and codes and stuff like that. And it's like, one thing I've noticed with a lot of Tank opponents and stuff like that, it's a few other fighters too. They kind of fight. They kind of fight who tends to be respectful of them. And Tank almost tries to like help them, you know what I'm saying, financially. Like I looked at the Leo Santa Cruz fight, the pre-fight, Floyd and them, PBC or whoever they work with. Like I said, they sold Leo Santa Cruz a Lamborghini before the fight. And Leo Santa Cruz came in there and he fought his ass off. They're gonna take care of you, they're gonna look out for you. So all this animosity and hating, that's not really how you get it done. And then when you want to try to hide behind that, you want to basically try to, extort them for money for a fight. It just don't work like that, man. You don't sell like that. Just take what we're gonna give you. Take what we're gonna give you. We're gonna take care of you, what I'm saying, and move forward. But these guys want like a built-in insurance policy because once that knockout get posted and circulated on social media, a lot of them guys don't mentally feel like they can't climb out of that. That's why I feel like they do hide behind the money. How is Shakur going to rebound his career after he gets slept by Tank?
Yeah, especially since it wasn't doing that great to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. So, but if you really believe in yourself and you put yourself on the level as like a Floyd and stuff like that, like I tell cats, man, just because you wear your uncle cologne don't mean that you can really walk in your uncle's shoes. You don't know what your uncle been through. And like I said, Floyd was in war after war after war. And like my brother said before me, he said that Roach performance was a hallmark performance. I totally believe that. That was Tank's Castillo, type of moment. That's what boxing is derived upon. Everything don't have to be a knockout, but everything don't have to be a track meet either, like a Shakur fight. Them guys, they kind of went tooth and nail, and they were both trying to really figure, one another out. It was times in the fight where they both could have kind of like pulled the trigger, but I do feel like Tank had the edge power wise. That if he had caught Roach with some, it could have got ugly for him. But like Roach, I salute the heart that he showed. I just don't like this whole shit that he did afterwards, trying to get the commission involved because. Right. He had to walk across them hot coals. He don't want to walk across them hot coals again.
But see, that goes back to my point. And he did that when they were in the amateurs.
Right.
Yeah, he don't. Yeah,
amateurs too. Yeah.
Yeah, he don't want to walk across them hot coals again or whatever. That's why he was on the ropes with it. Like, if you confident in what you did or you feel like, it's a certain kind of way to handle that. It's a certain kind of way to handle that. But a lot of these young cats, man, and no disrespect to nobody on the panel if they was born in the 90s, but these cats that never had chicken pox, man, they never faced no real adversity, man. I keep saying that.
God.
I keep telling these cats, man, you never even had chicken pox, man. You never even had a penicillin shot or a tetanus shot. Like, these cats don't know any kind of, they don't know no adversity. They never had to go, they never had their tonsils taken out. They never been through nothing, man. So it's like, it's normal for them to run on the internet and dry snitch and sue and get the commission involved. It's like, man, you got to beat that, man.
Yeah,
you gotta beat that man.
I agree. At first, like you said, I was giving him his credit, but then it was like, hold up, you on this whole I made it 12 rounds tour. What's that about? Like, act like you've been here before. You running around the world like, and I could have beat him, and then he tried to bite me, and then you capitalizing really on nothing because you didn't beat him. You fought him to a draw. Some say you won, some say you lost, whatever. But crying into the commission, you go into your lawyer's office, you said he ain't have nothing in his hair, but then you put in your lawsuit that is irritant. You want to disqualify for the irritant. It's like, hey, yo, come on. What are you doing?
Yeah, man, like, man.
You need to get that ass back in the gym because I tell you in the gym, Tank.
Go ahead, Ox.
I would just say, man, like I said, I was raised by Vietnam veterans and old school G's, man. Like I said, KQ age, So that's what gravitated me to this channel. In the same way, you chastise these guys, but it come from a place of love. Like, you be irritated with what's going on, and you chastise these cats like how my uncles would and cuss you out up and down. But it's coming from a place, place of love.
Right.
Stop lying. Stop pump faking. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Be real. Be a man. Move like a real man. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it's wrong with having elders or anybody in the community pushing you to be the best man that you could be. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's not coming from a place of hate. Now, some of these other channels, LDBC and Blue Blood and all these other cats like that, they coming from a place of hate. A lot of stuff they say don't even make logical sense. You know what I mean? And it's crazy, you know, but you know, I guess, you know, everybody got the whatever they want to subscribe to. You got people that want to subscribe to, you know, what's real, and you got some people that want to subscribe to nonsense or whatever. So it is what it is on that front. But I, like I said, I appreciate everything that KQ does, man, on here. Like I said, and I just sit back. I'm in the shop working with my clients, man, and then we sit back, we be dead laughing, man, especially when they start going in. But
Hey, no, but
KQ is funny
Go
as
ahead.
shit.
no, but to piggyback off of Oxtail, bro, because you know we often allow our logic on the same line, or the same plane. I'm gonna say this, KQ, because I don't want to take over any more time than I've already did. I appreciate you opening up this forum. I will say three things and then I will bounce, because it did bring up a great conversation with the people who did tap the link. Shout out to Ty. Shout out to Ox. I want to say this: that look on Shakur's face was priceless. It tells the story of what can be now that we've seen what happened in that ring. So I want to make sure we don't lose sight of that, because I think what you saw on that was definite. Like, yeah, I really got this. I can do. If he could do this, then I know I can do this. It also was like, yeah, now he about to go through the storm, and that's why he capitalized off of that hate. He did all the stuff after the fight, post off the fight, because he know how people feel about Tank, and it'd be well received on the tour going on there, because he had a hell of a fight in there with Tank. This also, whoever's in the chat, do not go at Miss Mona. Miss Mona love her some Tank. Miss Mona been through a lot, and Miss Mona is our elder. She deserves respect. Please don't call her a troll. She see me at times having confidence in Tank, thinking that I'm saying Tank need to go out there and do the impossible. I believe that Tank don't walk on water, but I think he'll treat these people like they was water and walk all over them. I feel that in my heart, and I want him to have the opportunity for them to change that narrative that they say about him. Whether they do it or not, I don't care. You're going to have to eat crow some way, shape, or form, and I believe that they all should be fighting one another. But since y'all don't feel that way, and it's always on Tank, all I want Tank to do is just walk on y'all favorite fighter, so y'all could have something else to say about him. And that's all I'm going to say, man. Shout out to KQKC. Appreciate you for the job you do. You call the fight like nobody's business, and you stay true to the plane, man. So you know what? Let that plane fly, because it's like Young World. It's all over the world, baby boy. And on that note, shout out to the Princess Ty, the Queen Ty, and my good brother Ox Steel, man.
Yes,
One
sir.
love.
Salute,
Man, I
salute.
appreciate you. Yes, sir. I appreciate you, Thomas Hill. Yes, sir. And I appreciate you, Ox Steel, too, man. For hitting the link coming up, man. Great, great, great thoughts, man. Great thoughts on everything. And you're right. You know, legacy is just about gone. And like I say, I'm older, but like I say, you know, I have seen a lot of boxing in my life, and boxing have changed a whole lot. And people now, it's all about the money. It's not about the legacy anymore. No, at first everybody said Tank, he don't care about belts. I care about legacy. Devin, I mean Shakur. But now everybody care about the money now. Everybody care about the money. So, but yeah, you're right. You said some good stuff today, man. And you and Ty. Y'all said some good things today.
Yeah,
And I
no, she definitely was cooking.
yeah, I appreciate you, Ty, because you was cooking too. You and us, yeah, y'all was. You know,
You know, you say it all the time. You know, Shakur, he really needs to come back down to reality. I think the hanging out with Bud is really like getting to him, and then you know,
yeah,
in the gym with Floyd, and you be around all these greats. So inherently, you think you are that. And I'm
right,
not saying that Shakur is a bum. So get off my back, big dog Willie. You know, he's
right,
a
right,
silver medalist. He's done amazing things, sure. But when is he gonna step up his resume? Everybody talking
right.
about Tank, but when is he going to get a memorable name on his resume? And I don't want to hear everybody's ducking him.
Right.
I don't want to hear that no more. We are at the point now where with Shakur, he wants to be a pay-per-view star. He wants all his money. It's time for him to put up or shut up.
Exactly. You know, Tank getting knockouts and things like that. What he's gonna do? What he gonna do?
But like I said, it's not even about the knockouts. If your hands or your power don't permit that, that's cool. But at least get in there and fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, Mayweather wasn't crazy once he became Money May. Maybe in Pretty Boy Floyd, he was doing some stuff, but not when he became Money May. But he still had entertaining fights. He still would get in there and fight you. Shakur looked like he's scared sometimes in that ring.
Yeah. He don't like to get hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, you know. So, but yeah, you're right. When we came Money Mayweather, man. I mean, money, he make you miss and make you pay. But, you know, the knockout stopped until he got with Conor McGregor. That's when he got another knockout, a stoppage, whatever. But before that, no, Floyd was winning, but he wasn't knocking nobody out or anything, but he did look good winning. And Shakur going to have to find a way to win without being boring, without making his fans walk out. He's gonna have to learn or find a way. But when Andre Ward and Terence Crawford trying to give him the advice or tell him what he did right and tell him what he did wrong, he's kind of arrogant. He don't want to listen. He don't want to listen to criticism. You know, he don't like that at all. You know, so I don't know what he gonna do, because he got one more fight left on that contract. Where do he go from there?
OG, I don't believe that for 1 second. I'm telling you, that thing I saw on X, I don't know if they deleted it or what, but I think he signed for more. I think he re-signed with them, because if you think about it, where is he really going to go? He got a problem with Top Rank. He not going to PBC. Where is he really going to go?
Right. You know, yeah, you're right. Golden Boy is pretty much with Eddie and Turkey, whatever. You know, so.
And that's another thing too. You sign with Eddie, but all you do is cross promotional fights.
Right. Eddie is not gonna do anything but what he's doing for Conor Ben and Chris Eubanks. He's gonna look out for them over there. You know. They're a little bit different over there. I mean, I heard they sold 60,000 tickets already for the fight. And they're not even in the same weight class. So he's gonna look out.
Only like $25 over there though.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. No one.
UK tickets is a way smaller, way lesser fee. Even the pay-per-view is scaled down different for them. The American dollar is more valuable than the euro.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's why when someone said 100,000 in American money, it's 130,000. Okay.
Yes,
No wonder. Yep. Salute, Lorena. What's going on? Yeah.
I want to throw something in there, KQ.
Yeah. Go right
ahead. With that Tank and Roach fight, you know, I'm not a boxing trainer or nothing like that, you know, but I have been around sports, you know, my whole life. Like I said, it's a lot of little things we could talk about, you know, in the sport of boxing, but pertaining to that particular fight, you know, the reason why I looked at the fight that Floyd, when he hurt his hand, the similarity that I saw in the Roach fight and that fight when Floyd hurt his hand is the tight high guard that Roach has is similar to that guy that when Floyd hurt his hand. And Tank was throwing some heat, but like you know, Roach had a nice tight guard, kind of like almost how Tony Harrison had. When Jamel was trying to knock out Tony Harrison, he couldn't quite hit the button. It's because Tony Harrison got a very unique defense where he's able to block the punch, you know, and deflect the punch and deflect the power, but it could cause you to break your hand.
Right.
You know, when you trying to really put them punches together, even where Tony Harrison would put his elbows to block the body, you know, you could break your hand on that too. And Tank was throwing them. He was throwing them like almost kind of like how he was throwing them in the Pit Bull fight. Maybe not the same volume, you know, but similar, you know. So I was kind of worried about Tank's hands, but that's nothing but an adjustment though. Right. That's nothing but an adjustment. Right. And I believe that Tank will make the adjustments, and I believe that Roach will make some adjustments too. And I'm glad that somebody brought the best, it's bringing the best out in Tank.
Yeah.
I'm satisfied with a knockout, and I'm satisfied with him being taken 12 rounds, because that's what it's about.
Right.
Neither one of them was running from one another. It just maybe a little hesitant to pull the trigger because what's behind and what's going on. I was excited to see somebody make Tank respect their power or their presence in the ring, and vice versa. Like there wasn't a shootout in the Floyd and Manny fight, but Floyd put something on Manny to make him hesitate. People got to go back and look at that. Everybody looking for the knockout. Floyd made Manny hesitate more than anybody in his whole career. Manny couldn't really figure Floyd out. Manny had all this punching power and the power advantage and stuff like that, but Floyd put something on him to make him, hey, think twice before you do that. And Floyd did that, all throughout his career. It's another thing Floyd did is he never underestimated nobody. He didn't care if they was in fishnet pantyhose like Oscar. He didn't care if they was in pink Speedos in the bed with men like Cotto. Floyd didn't underestimate nobody. And so, Roach ain't nobody to be underestimated, no matter what his antics are. And I think Floyd and I think Tank and them guys will, come together. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I don't want to speak on family business, but I hope him and Calvin can kind of patch that up. I don't know what's going on with that, but I kind of see it from both perspectives, like having a coach and a mentor over me, and they do something in their personal life where I need them in that moment, but they got to live their life too. And it be like a little bit of animosity there, right. But we end up coming back around and getting back to the good stuff. And I just hope that they could patch it out, because that's really all it was. He just needed a certain voice in that corner. And I think a little ego got in there from Tank. And that's sometimes that your kids will kind of do that to you, because Tank is kind of like a child of Calvin's.
Right.
And sometimes your kid will do stuff, when you coaching them or whatever, and they know better, but they trying to prove a point to you because they in control of what's going on. I coach my son football team, and sometimes I want my son to do a certain kind of move or run a play a certain kind of way, but that's his way to kind of protest against me. I can see that he can score, but you got the first down, but I noticed you could have scored. Like, what is you doing? But he mad because I made him go to bed early on Thursday night. So that's his way to get at me. So God bless them brothers, man. And I hope they, can work it out. And like I said, I'm just like everybody else, man. I want to see good fights, man. I want to see good fights. That's all.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, most definitely. So, and I hear what you saying. I hear what Thomas Hill saying. Everybody can fight each other, and I love to see Tank fight Shakur, Keyshawn, everybody step up to the plate, So, and then we'll know who really the top dog in the division, So
they can learn. They can take a page out of Ryan book. Ryan he didn't go like on he didn't do what Berlanga doing. You know what I'm saying? Berlanga celebrating he got whooped by Canelo.
I know.
But Ryan, Ryan got into a little trouble, but just the way that you interact with the media and the way that you position yourself out there, in the media and with these brands and stuff like that, you can open up doors for you, win and lose. So it's like, I'm like, okay, Shakur, if you're supposed to be the best, fight Tank, beat Tank, and take whatever money they give you, but then you need to be on Jay Leno, Jay Letterman, you need to be on the morning show, you need to be on ESPN, you need to just go ahead and make whatever money they didn't pay you. You can make that through the media by, celebrating your win over this guy. You can make that in a matter of 30 days. You can do enough interviews in 30 days after you beat Tank to make more than what he paid you. But that's only if you believe you can win. You know what I'm saying? So when you don't think you can win and you ain't got no kind of game or finesse, you don't know how to finesse the media, you don't know how to keep your name alive. Ryan got in a little trouble, but he was able to keep his name alive and keep his brand up and his status up. They turn around and he whooped Devin. He turned around and he put on another good performance and whooped on Devin in front of the world. So Ryan straight, he got knocked out by Tank, but he redeemed himself. He went through some stuff with Devin. You know, but these guys that they don't have a long-term game plan like that. They feel like if they get beat once, it's over for them. And that's just simply not true. They can still
Yes,
rebuild themselves. It's about how you go about it. Devin
exactly.
is going about Devin is going about how he's rebuilding himself completely wrong. So
Yeah,
once he get whooped again, it's over with. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
He pretty
yeah.
much it's he almost dead in the water now, you know, but once he get whooped on again, it's really gonna be bad, you know. So it's all about how you move strategically. And some of these guys, like you probably can't trust your dad, or you probably can't trust your cousin. You might have to hire a real PR specialist, you know, to help you maintain in the media, you know. So we'll see.
Yeah, because Bill is definitely crashing out. Did y'all see that interview he did with Gabe Rosado? That fool is
Yeah.
crashing out, baby.
Oh wow. No, I didn't see that. With who? Gabriel Rosado?
They were on, I think it was the Boxing Voice or something, and
Okay.
Bill pulled up, of course, in the first, you know, he got Box Rec in hand because he lived on Box Rec, you know, I guess toting Gabe's records, and Gabe basically was like,
Oh
you
my
know,
God.
y'all
Yeah.
move with security. You know what I'm saying? Like real ends don't need all that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't
Right.
think Gabe was going hard either. He was basically saying like
Right. He wasn't.
how people perceive the lawsuit. That's really all he
Right.
was saying from what I got out of it. And you know, Bill, like, but to Akila's point, you're not doing your son any justice with you hopping on these panels, going back and forth with people. It's not a good look.
No, it's not. Yeah, it backfired on him, you know, and he bought into a lot of things that wasn't true about Devin. And I think Ryan brought it out of him. So no matter what he was on. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, and then you know, like y'all said, say what you will about Ryan, he will fight you behind. Win, lose, or
Yeah.
draw, Ryan will fight you. You know, and I just don't think that Devin was prepared for that. They were once again trying to walk in Tank's footsteps, and he's a C+ fighter, stealing that from Mayweather. Like this kid doesn't have his own identity, you know. But calling him a C+ fighter, and then you go in there and get whooped by a C+ fighter is kind of like, Big Dog Willie, go back to work. What are you talking?
Big Dog Willie he in a that he said Tank a maniacs. This must be gazing and kissing Tank ass day. The amount of hating and gazing is amazing. It's all love and hair grease.
He is so funny. I'm gonna call his job one of these days. Big Dog Willie, stop playing with me.
I want some of these guys to define hating.
Please do.
Now, I want to tell you guys something, man. Disagreeing is not hating, bro.
Right.
Having a difference in opinion is not hating.
Neither are facts.
You know, pointing out inconsistencies is not hating. You know, it's just maybe something that some of these guys don't want to hear. You know, but you know, hating is a very specific term. I think it kind of get thrown around too loosely, like friendship and love. You know, people throw the term hating around a little bit too loosely. Everything that you disagree with ain't hating. You know, we just got a difference of opinion. You know, I feel like that's a cop out. You know, when a person want to throw the word hate around, and nobody hating, it ain't nothing to hate on. Everybody seeing Devin get booked. You know, Devin, the boy had a billionth of a nanogram, and it wasn't even PEDs. You know, and I'm not for that suing stuff, but I'm like, man, I kind of wish that Ryan could get a defamation lawsuit, counter lawsuit on Devin for defamation of character, or even some of these YouTube channels.
He did counter sue. I don't know what it was for, but I remember he did counter sue.
Yeah, I don't know what it was for either. It's just like it wasn't a PED. It did not enhance his performance. Ostarine is not used to enhance your performance. And there's been, you know, people that's in the medical field to break down a billionth of a nanogram. It has no effect on your performance whatsoever. Even if he had more than a nano, you know what? People don't even know what a nanogram is.
But
a billionth of a nanogram. A nanogram is way smaller than a gram, a milligram. A nanogram is way smaller down on the scale, and he had a billionth of that. His performance was not enhanced. They got to stop saying that.
But you know what's
They
crazy
got to stop
too?
saying that.
Remember,
Yeah.
before his results came out, they were running around here with the 4 pounds, even though he took the money for the 4 pounds. Before the results of Ryan's drug test came out, they were running around here screaming, "Oh, we all weighed him. He came in 4 pounds over." Not to mention, Devin Haney on the night of that fight was like 160 plus. So who really outweighed who?
Yeah, people just got, the mentality of people have gotten so soft. The mentality of people have gotten so soft throughout the years. It's just crazy what people support and get behind. And even when all the evidence is out there for them to make a logical decision that makes sense, you could be a Devin Haney fan, but be logical.
Right.
I'm a Earl Spence fan, and I'm kind of critical of some of the stuff he was doing. I'm still an Earl Spence fan, but I don't think he should have been hanging with certain people and drinking and doing what he was doing. I can still be critical of the brother, you know what I'm saying, and still, have love for his career at the same time.
Yeah, of course.
Just being real and being forthright. Like I said, your father, your uncles and stuff, your big brother, they'll tell you, "Hey, bro, you tripping, bro.
Right.
You tripping." You know what I'm saying? Or, "Hey, that ain't cool. That ain't right." You got to be careful of people that, that are just yes men and they okay with everything that you do.
Yeah.
What the way Devin and Bill handled that situation, they don't have anybody to regulate what they have going on. They're really in their own world or whatever, and they have attached themselves to certain people to get to where they want to be, but they don't have any regulators in their corner to pull their coattail. Like, "Hey, bro, you're doing too much," or, "Hey, you shouldn't go about it that way." If people really got love for you, they'll handle you that way. But when you ain't got that around you at all because you screwed everybody over, or you leave a bad taste in people's mouth, you left to your own devices to make decisions.
Let me get Big Dog Willie real fast here.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you hate him, but it's okay. You're a tank maniac.
Nobody. Okay, so like Optimus said, define hating for me, Big Dog Willie. What exactly, specifically, are we hating on? Because I clearly remember stating Shakur was a silver medalist. I don't like to lose. I clearly remember stating that. So what am I hating on exactly? Am I hating that he was on an undercard in Saudi Arabia and got booed? That's not a feeling. That's a fact, Big Dog Willie. Am I hating or am I speeding facts when I say his hands are brittle? He said that several times his own self. Am I hating or am I stating facts when I say he was running around the ring from Edward De Los Santos? I'm not hating. I'm stating facts. If facts are not something you're familiar with, that's your problem, not mine.
Yeah, and Bobby D and that that. Oh, appreciate you, Bobby D, and that super sticker. I appreciate you, Bobby D. Always supporting the channel. All right, appreciate you. All right, okay. Go ahead, Ty. Finish. I'm sorry.
No, I was done. I'm just trying to distinguish, like Achman said, you got to distinguish facts and feelings. And then, you know what I mean? Nobody's hating on Shakur. Like he said, there's really nothing to hate on. We're just giving observations. You know what I'm saying? I gave the facts, and then I also put my opinions in there, but that's not hating. My opinion, I'm not paying for no Shakur fight. It's my money. I'll spend it where I want. I'd rather spend it where I'm going to see some action.
Right.
And then you running around here with Bud Crawford and all these guys. Did they explain to you why they fell asleep at your fight? Did you have that conversation with them? Because I'd have loved to be a fly on that wall.
Yeah, Bud was not much.
He was knocked out.
Wait. Bud was in training camp for Canelo, so that's why he was a little tired. Bud got low iron. Victor Conte said Bud got low iron. So maybe his low iron is why he was a little sleepy. He was training.
Eat a banana.
It's an excuse for everything.
Right. So,
but I'd have loved to be a fly on that wall when they showed that picture of him head back. You can tell he was snoring at your fight. How did you feel when your brother was doing that?
Yeah.
Ain't no words for it. But hey, KQ, I got to get up out of here, man. It's been beautiful talking to both of y'all.
Okay, man. I appreciate you coming up, hitting the link.
This was great.
And always supporting the channel, man. I appreciate you.
Definitely. Salute to both of y'all. Thank you.
Salute. Okay. All right, KQ, we done hijacked your whole doggone show. I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I always love for people to come up and talk about.
I don't know if you was gonna cover all of that. Well, you did cover the Blackballed stuff and all that other stuff. So I don't know. I just when I heard the Shakur and Tank, I goes on my rant, honey. Don't talk about my tank.
But whatever I didn't cover, today, I can cover tomorrow. All right, it's no big deal. Okay. But I appreciate you all.
Thanks for letting me know.
Okay, no problem. We got Big Dog Willie once again. And
oh hell no!
I appreciate you, Big Dog Willie. You've been showing out today, brother. Appreciate you. Right? Is it hating that Tank excuse of hair grease in his eyes led him taking a knee in some BS? I was called a hater for mentioning that fact. Okay. No, that's a fact. Okay, he had hair grease in his eyes and he took a knee. Okay, that's the facts, right? Crush the Legend, what's going on? All right. Yes, sir. But we all give good criticism. Everybody give their own opinion. And that's why I always say everybody's welcome here at KQKC, because everybody has an opinion, and you're allowed to express your opinion, and that's what's so good about my channel, at least, and as far as I know, Knockout channel too. We kind of give everybody an opportunity, good or bad, love it or loathe it, to speak your opinion. Because at the end of the day, none of these fighters know us personally, and we always gonna express our opinions. So and some might get whipped up and some might not. All right, we got Ty and for her chat. I appreciate you, Ty, always. All right, salute KQ, great show. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. And I appreciate you. All right, what's going on right now? Yes, sir. Y'all, Big Dog Willie, he be playing, so take it personal. Oh no, Big Dog Willie, he's cool. I don't take nothing personal. But it's if he mean it, it's all good. Because we all got our opinion up here. Okay, so but with that. That's all I have for you all today, and I thank everybody for showing love in the Cash App. Wait a minute, yeah, okay, got one in the Cash App. Sorry about that. And the Super Chat. Okay, I appreciate it. Okay, Yoda, you changed your avatar. Heard that Tank Song Sway remix. I got grease in my eye. Oh, okay. Everybody got jokes today, huh? Okay. Yeah. Oh, but you changed your avatar, Yoda, that fast, huh? Okay. But anyway, but I appreciate you, everybody that come in today. I appreciate Thomas here. Okay. Thomas here said okay, Q, per a real close inside source, the reason he was distracted, even going into the promotion of his road fight, was due to things outside of boxing that was major. It had little to do with his team. Okay. Well, I kind of figured that, I don't know, what the deal was, but I don't think it had anything to do with his team. People just say that because he had Barry Hunter over there, and he thought he had some problems doing with Barry Hunter, and how got demoted to cut man, Coach Ellis, So, but it's all good though. It's all good. Okay. But hopefully, I think the rematch is gonna be better, bigger, and do better pay-per-view numbers and things like that. So I can't wait till the rematch come, and of course, Tank want to bring out the best in himself, and I think he will. I think he will. So with that, that's all KQ got for you all. Keep your head on a swivel. I appreciate everybody that came in today, and I will be back tomorrow. All right. So with that, I'm out of here. I'm definitely living it up.
dedicated to all those ballers out there and all those hustlers and just people out there just getting their money on, you know what I'm saying? To all of you haters, just remember this. I'm living it up, y'all.
In my lifetime, haters tried to put me down, telling me things I couldn't do and goals I won't achieve. Even my best friends used to tell me that I wouldn't amount to much, but thoughts like those I could not perceive.
Oh yeah, Yoda. We talked about that on a early morning show with Elijah Garcia and Goucher. Yes, we both said, me and Knockout said Goucher won that fight. And yeah, it was a complete robbery, actually. I think Goucher had the more precise punches, but Elijah Garcia, young, hungry, young lion, they gave him the nod. Okay? So, but, you know, it's boxing. It's boxing, you know. So, you're going to get some good calls, you're going to get some bad calls, you know. But definitely Goucher won that fight. Goucher, yes, he was older. Yes, he normally has a boring style, but he was scoring. He was scoring, and he was hitting Elijah Garcia with the 1-2s, head hunting all day. Because Garcia would move his head off the line. He kept his head on that line, and boom, Goucher took advantage of it. So, yes, it was a questionable decision. So, but I hear what you're saying. Okay? Peace.
This song is dedicated to all those ballers out there and all those hustlers and just people out there just getting their money on, you know what I'm saying? To all of you haters, just remember this. I'm living it up, y'all.
In my lifetime, haters tried to put me down, telling me things I couldn't do and goals I won't achieve. Even my best friends used to tell me